Rise and shine, real lights, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to accept yourself as transgender. Play the transgender topic intro. Before we get into it, 2 years ago I made a video talking about accepting yourself as transgender. This is a little revisit of that exact video, so if you are familiar with that video and you've watched it recently,
then this video may not be helpful.
And for like the 1% of you that have never actually seen that video, then hi, this is a new original idea, I promise. So without any further delay, this is tip number 1.
Don't fear the views of others.
Fearing the views of others is the worst thing that you possibly can do. Because I'm sure half of you have either heard,
"Oh my god, it's just a phase."
Or even possibly,
"Oh my gosh, you're too young to know that."
You've probably heard it a million times, but being confident in who you are is literally the best bit of advice ever. Like, full stop, period, or whatever they say in America.
Period.
On a daily basis, I get tons of people giving me their opinions on how I should live my life. What? Unless it's constructive criticism, just ignore it. Just ignore it.
Just ignore it.
Because listening to the views of others isn't only going to demotivate you to transition, it's going to affect your mental health, and that ain't good.
See the positives in coming out.
Seeing the positives in coming out it can be a tricky thing. There are a few things that you may worry about, because once you're out to your family, you've got to worry about going to school and transitioning there, or college, or work. You're gonna have to worry what others say, like neighbours or friends. And it is perfectly normal to be worried about all of that. But the main positive that I felt personally when I came out was that feeling of being free. Finally being able to be the real me. And being true to myself, and expressing that to others. But of course there's many other positives in coming out. But for me, that feeling of being free at last, that feeling I will never forget.
Don't stress about blockers, hormones, or surgery.
Stressing over blockers, hormones, and surgeries within the first months of coming out? Whoa! Now these things may be things that you find really, really crucial and important to your transition, but trust me, a transition never happens overnight. It really does take time. See it like this. A transition is a journey, but it isn't a destination. There's never really this finishing point of a transition. You're always changing and developing as a person. Now, I'm not saying that there are no milestones in a transition, but like, there's no real ending. And I think if there was a real ending, I don't think it would be how you planned it to be in your first months of being out. Worrying about the starting date of estrogen, worrying about the starting date of blockers or hormones or having a surgery, they're kind of irrelevant, especially within the first few months of being out. There are so many other factors that you should be thinking about instead of hormone blockers or hormones. And by no means am I saying that they're irrelevant and there's no need to have hormones or blockers. Trust me, they are important. Especially in the UK, it's very, very unlikely if you've only just come out that you will be starting blockers in that year. It does happen, but it's incredibly rare.
Experiment with style.
Experimenting with style. Working out what clothes look best on you. For me, it's wearing hoodies and stuff like that. Also, if you're thinking about it, buy my merch. Like, they're good hoodies. They're really nice. In the build up to me starting estrogen, I really heavily focused on what hairstyle should I wear most days. Should I have it down this side? Should I have it coming down this side? Or does it look better with my hair up? Are you a jeans person or are you a dress person? Sneakers or high heel? Makeup or natural. You don't have to copy a YouTuber who's already out to be a trans person. Finding your style is what's important. Just because I wear t-shirts and sweatpants doesn't mean that you need to do that. The main thing that you should focus on is what makes you the most comfortable in your skin. And the only way to find out what really makes you comfortable is by experimenting.
Don't rush.
When I first came out, rushing straight in the day after I came out to my parents and buying female clothes wasn't the best idea ever. When it comes to transitioning, I understand that there's this rush and this urgency and this want and this need to just finally be who you want to be, and you just want to go straight into it. As I previously said, no transition is overnight. And for no one is it overnight. And it really takes a lot of time and energy to work out what helps you pass better. And rushing to get the main stages of a transition underway and to hit those first milestones is something that can be extremely exciting. But if you don't do it at the right pace for you, it may affect your mental health very, very badly. And I learned that the hard way.
You know you.
You know you. No one else knows you better than you know you. Your parents don't know better than you. Your GP doesn't know better than you. The gender clinics don't know better than you. And I'm going to take that bold statement and say, you know you better than anyone else knows you. Remember, you are not a freak. You're not a monster. And you're not an issue. And I'm not gonna say being trans is normal because it isn't, but it is unique. And by no means does it mean you're strange or odd or just plain weird. Being trans isn't a complication. I think it's something magical. It's something that should be celebrated. You should be able to take pride in who you are and love who you are. Something that I would like to add on to that is transition the way that you want to transition. Don't transition the way that your parents want you to transition. Do what you want to do. You know yourself better than anyone else. After watching this video, just be true and stay real to who you are and transition the way that you want to transition. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember as always to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. But before you do click off of this video, I have a little message that I would like to say. One of my best friends started a YouTube channel and they haven't got any videos up yet. And for the one of you that don't know who they are, I'm talking about Corey Mason. She's a transgender teen just like myself and she lives in America, but this is her channel and yeah, you should subscribe. I'll leave a link down below. I don't do shoutouts often, so I'd appreciate it to just share your love from my audience to become her audience. That's all I wanted to say. So on that note, goodbye. Goodbye.